Hi, everyone. Welcome to class. My name is Tammy. Thank you for joining me. I love yin yoga, so I had planned a really nice class for us to open up through our hips and release our lower back. Beginning in butterfly, so having our pillows ready, or you may use blocks too to place them underneath of the knees. I'm going to use pillows, so one on each side, under my knees, placing my feet together. Take a little moment here to set yourself up, shifting through your bottom so you're on your sits bones. We hold butterfly. Place one hand onto the chest and one onto your belly. Close your eyes. This is our first pose, so I'd like you to come into yourself. Coming into yourself, we do a head to toe check. Now the focus was opening up through our hips and releasing our lower back. At first, butterfly may be a little bit too big of a pose, so you can sit with your legs crossed in easy pose instead. Supports underneath the knees, so I really encourage you to do that. You can stack up your pillows to have that support. Releasing your hands down to your feet. We take an inhale breath, draw your body up towards the sky. Exhale breath, fold forward, your head hangs. Continue with your breath, inhaling and exhaling, nice and slow, long, deep breaths. The deep part of the breath would be breathing into the back of the throat. Exhaling, release. Letting your head hang. I will call you back in about a minute. So this is your time to turn inward and focus on yourself. Slowly coming out of the forward bend, we gently draw our body up. Take the hands behind your bottom, feet forward, feet down towards the ground, and then feet wider than the hips. We windshield wiper, knees side to side. And sitting up, take your legs forward and give them a little shake, 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 shake. That's what to do. And release. Roll over to your side and then to all fours. I'm going to move my pillow so you can see me. All fours, shifting back in towards your heels. Come forward, all fours here, neutral spine, shift back into the heels again. Come back to all fours. Then one more time, we shift back into the heels. And release. That's a little version of child's pose. Now with having a firm pillow like a bolster or doubling up your pillows, we tuck our body in towards our pillow. Coming over top of the pillow, we let our body rest. Now, if you would like a little bit more of a twist, come up, take the front of your body down, and then turn your head towards me. You may also take the top leg and bring it back. Even more of a twist would be turning your head towards the other side and letting the cheek rest. So nice twist into our spine. If the top leg is back, we're opening up through the front of our thigh, our hip flexors. We let our body rest. We close our eyes and turn inward. Being present, noticing the sensations running through your body. Noticing how you're feeling. How is your mind? Continue to turn to your breath, creating awareness, breathing into all those areas that are tight, holding tension. Exhale, we release. One more minute. Last 15 seconds, we slowly come out of the twist. We make our way up. Coming to the other side, you may place your pillows on the other side of your body here, or you may turn your body and tuck your hips back in towards your bolster or your pillows. And they're nice and high for you, for that support. Coming forward, letting your cheek rest onto your pillow. You may take the top leg back. So a little bit of a deeper stretch into the hip flexors. You may also add more of a twist by turning your head to the other side and letting the cheek rest. We close our eyes. Noticing sensations running through your body. As we hold the poses for longer periods of time, it helps our body to release the fascia tissue that overlays our muscles. Nice twist for our organs. You're here for 45 seconds. Slowly coming out of the twist. Take your time. Remove your props. Come back to all fours. Just like we did before, sit back into the heels and hold. Let the head hang. Come back to all fours. You may do child's pose on a chair too with a fold forward, or you can lie on your back if this doesn't work for your knees. If it does, uncurl the toes and sit back, or you may turn your knees out to each side, uncurl the toes, sit back into the heels, Forward fold, let the forehead rest. With our knees turned out, we have more of a hip opening. If your knees are forward, you're opening more into the lower back. We will add a little bit of something else to this. Walking our arms over to the left side, let the forehead rest. Stretch through the side of our body. Slowly walk your arms over to the other side, going to the place that's comfortable for you. And as our body releases, we may do a bigger turn a little bit more. So you feel a deeper stretch through the side of your body. But at first, just where it's comfortable, feeling the release, and then you may stretch deeper. We move our arms nice and slowly back to the center. Make your way back to all fours. Knees turn in if they were out. Toes back down towards the ground. Step forward with the right hand, left hand. We come into dragon. So first, downward facing dog. Alternating knee bends. A little movement through our hamstrings here. And hold on the balls of the feet. We take the right leg up to three-legged dog. Bend through the knee and step onto the outside of the right wrist. Dragon is had a lovely deep stretch into the outside of our right hip. You may come down to the knee. You may also bring your forearms down to the ground. Another way would be opening up through the hip by pressing gently onto the outside, inside of the right knee. But what is going to work for you? You may scooch your knee back even a little bit more and then draw the pelvis down for a deeper opening. Your head hangs. You're here for another minute. Breathing into all those areas that are uncomfortable. Breathing into all those areas of tightness. It will help you, I promise. Your breath is so important. Let your pelvis be drawn down. Feel it sinking. Coming out dragon. You may make your way nice and slow to downward facing dog or all fours or child's pose. Take breaks whenever you need to. In downward facing dog, take a moment. Then we have three-legged dog. Left leg lifts, bend through the knee and step onto the outside of the left breast. Okay, so you may hold here. You may have your fingers tented to, or you can take the knee down to the ground and hold. This is that big opening into the outside of the hip. So you may do a gradual progression too, that you're making your way down to your forearms. Finding where it's going to work for your knee. You can double up your mat. Use a knee block. I've even used my son's, well, when my son was a baby, I had a knee pad that I would put outside the bathtub, and then I would be on my knees and then washing him, and that worked great. I actually still have it. I can use it for gardening now too. Come to your breath. Pelvis sinks. Okay, slowly coming out. Your choice again. You may be on all fours, child's pose, or back with me to downward facing dog. Then it is child's pose, or you can come onto the side of the body too. So child's pose, sit back for a moment. Then make your way back up. And sitting on your bottom. We use a cushion again, and use my bolster. So a nice firm pillow, or you can use blocks too, and place them just into the inside of your inner thighs. Dragonfly, folding forward with support, always so great. And we fold forward for dragonfly, our toes up towards the sky. You can see what am my feet. Let the cheek rest, or your forehead is resting onto your hands or your block. Now I'm coming down a little bit lower here. You don't need to. You can have your elbows down onto your prop and let the forehead hang. You may have your head resting, forehead resting into your hands. So what is going to work for you? I can show you different ways to do it. You may be at the point in this pose where your body's just starting to find more release. Taking notice. Come back to your breath. Slowly making their way out of the forward fold. So slow. Take your hands behind, bend through your knees. Maybe do a little windshield wiper, side to side. And come forward, remove your props, take them to the side. Roll over to your belly, so we are prone. And the next pose is Sphinx. Take your elbows underneath your shoulders, elongate through the spine, and curl the toes. I like to draw my navel in for the support of my spine. I have a little squeeze of my glutes. Pubic bone is down. You may engage your quadriceps, finding what is going to work for you for having that support for the lower back. You may also have support underneath your chest. So if I used my bolster here, I can let my chest rest and have my elbows in front. So you can have a pillow. How you know where you're placing your pillow, where your prop is, your elbows are right in front. And it feels comfortable. So then it's easier to hold things. Because this is definitely, it's a it's a harder pose to hold for a longer period of time, but it is so, so good for our back. That strength. Now you let your head hang. Let your hands release. Let the shoulders release. Let go. Slowly make your way out of Sphinx. You may sit back into child's pose. Come forward to shoelace. Shoelace, we need our supports again. You can use your pillows or you can use blocks. Shoelace, I'm going to show you a couple different ways to come into shoelace. Your right leg comes on top of the left leg first. The goal is to have both of your knees on top of each other. And then you may hold onto your ankles and let your head move. Or the left leg is straight and you have a pillow underneath of the right knee. You can have two pillows too. These ones are squishy, so I could put two pillows under. I could also have support underneath of my left knee, a rolled up blanket or a towel for support. And hold. So what are you choosing? Finding what is going to work for you. And then settle into the pose and find stillness. Feel your neck muscles start to release as your head hangs. Release your shoulders, let them go. Slowly coming out of shoelace, coming out of the legs over top of each other. I was gonna say the forward fold, but legs and windshield wiper, knees side to side if you choose, and to the other side. You may again use any of your props that you would like to. Left leg comes up and over top of the right leg. The goal is to line your knees up. You may hold onto the ankles. Relax your shoulders. Close your eyes. Breathing into those tight areas again. Our hips. Exhale. Release. Breathing into those hips. Exhale, letting the earth absorb everything you don't need. Slowly coming out of shoelace. Take your hands to the side. Your left leg down to the ground, right foot down to the ground. You may windshield wiper again, your knees side to side. Come over to the side of the body and over to your back. Take both knees in towards the chest for cradle. Left foot comes down to the ground. Cross your right foot over top. Your right ankle over top of the left knee. Figure 4, wrap your hands around the left leg, pick your foot off the floor. Here we hold, and close your eyes. Opening them up again then into the hip, right side. Also, this is really nice for our back. And on the ground. Come to your breath. Your left leg dangles. Slowly releasing your left foot down to the ground, uncrossing your right foot and cross your left ankle over top of the right knee. Wrap your hands around, draw the knee in towards the chest. Let the right foot dangle. Breathing into left side of the hip, exhale, release. Your lower back softens. Coming out of figure 4, threading the needle, just taking the foot down to the ground. Take the knees back in towards the chest for a little squeeze. Right foot down to the ground, left foot down to the ground. If you do have a block handy or a pillow too, I'd like you to place it underneath your lower back here and for your sacrum too. Take the right knee in towards the chest. Extend your left leg straight on the ground. So here's where you may say, my block is not the most comfortable there. So just change it to see where it needs to work for you. We're stretching through the front upper quad and hip flexors. Use your breath. Slowly we release and then make our way into the other side. So take the left heel, pull it back, take your left foot down to the ground, right foot down to the ground, take your left knee into the chest, slide your right heel away and hold. So many wonderful things about this pose. The compression too, so it's getting everything working through our intestines. Slowly come out. So slide your right heel back, foot down to the ground, left foot down to the ground now. And hold. Draw your pelvis up towards the sky. Continue to look straight up. Draw the pelvis down. Remove your block or your pillow from underneath of your lower back and take the knees into the chest. Squeeze. Take the right foot down, left foot down to the ground. Our next pose is Banana Asana. I'm just going to move over to the side here so that you can see me. Extend your legs straight down to the ground. Walk your legs over to the left side. Now, if your right hip is lifting up, you've gone too far. You need to make the banana shape by keeping our pelvis down towards the ground. Then we walk our upper body over left corner of the mat. Add a little bit more to this. Arms may come up overhead. Hands that can be held or elbows. And the last part, cross your right ankle over top the left ankle. Okay, here, stretching into your IT band that runs all along the side of your leg. Having a tight IT band, well, it's into the hip that we will feel it, and also into your knee. So this is a really nice stretch for the knee, the hip, and then upper body into our ribs, opening up the whole upper body onto the side here. Close your eyes. Coming out of banana asana, we uncross the ankles, release the arms, take our upper body back towards the center, lower body back towards the center. You may bend the knees, lower back, a little break here, shift through the body. Then take your legs out straight again. Just gonna walk my body over to the other side here so you can see me. Take your legs out straight and then walk your legs over to the right corner of your mat. Notice if your left hip is lifting up. If not, upper body, walk it over to the right corner of the mat. Arms overhead. That's your choice though. You don't need to bring your arms overhead. Hold on to the hands or the elbows. It's nice to have the elbows down to the ground here. So maybe you just have your arms up overhead and elbows are down to the ground. Cross your left ankle over top the right ankle too is the last part. Finding stillness. Slowly make your way out of Banana Asana, crossing your ankles, releasing your arms down to the side of the body, upper body coming back to the center, lower body coming back to the center. You may bend through the knees, take the knees into the chest, squeeze to cradle. Use your breath, your exhale breath, to help the lower back settle. Coming out of cradle and into Shavasana. Your knees may be bent or the legs straight. You may also come into a seated meditation. It's nice to have a warm blanket. So I have a wool blanket and that's placed over top of my body. Your eyes closed. You may squeeze your glutes and let them release. Your lips part. Feel your body heavy and let go. I'll call you back when it is time. Slowly coming back. Notice our breath. Sensations running through our body. Wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers. Shift through our body. Bending through your knees if you are lying on your back. Right arm overhead. We roll over to our right side to fetal. We take a moment. Making our way up to a comfortable seated position. Placing your hands to your heart center. Thank you everyone for joining me and sharing your practice with me. Namaste.